Good morning, students. Now, this is the final session of this chapter number 6, business plan. So, in business plan, in point number 8 or content number 8 is the marketing plan. So, marketing plan basically describes the market conditions and the strategies. It's very important because it's very important to sell something, only then you can generate the revenue and have profits. So it will mention the strategies about how your product will be promoted, distributed as well as priced. This is the outline of marketing plan. So basically you need to analyze the market situation analysis is there. So background of your venture, of your business, vision, mission, then strengths and weaknesses. Any business is having its strengths and weaknesses, so that needs to be mentioned. You should know about your advantages and disadvantages, okay, so that you can make the strategies in such a way that you are able to use your advantages and you can protect your organization from some of your disadvantages. Then, which are the market opportunities and threat? Please note this SWOT analysis is crucial in this marketing plan. Every market is offering some opportunities and threats. If you are able to miss out on the opportunities, then it will be grabbed by other organizations. So you should be careful about which opportunities are there in the market and which are the threats. For example, during Corona, many new opportunities arose and many new threats also were visible. Then competitor analysis should be done. You should not underestimate any competitor even if it's a smaller one. Then market objectives and marketing objectives and goals are to be mentioned. Then which is your strategy as well as your action plan needs to be mentioned. Then marketing budgets, there has to be some limit on the budgets. It will depend how much sales you will be able to generate. So which type of advertisement medium you are going to use, how much will be your marketing budget, and you should go as per the planning. Suppose if you spend more on these budgets, then there will be a problem. What problem will be there? Problem will be that your cost is more, and if you are not able to generate the sales, then it will lead to loss of profits. So marketing budgets needs to be properly set. Then controls, how you are going to control if there is a deviation from what you have planned and what is the reality. So some control mechanisms or situations should be discussed upon in this session. So overall we can know that this marketing plan is very crucial from investors viewpoint, because investors give a very high weightage on this plan. From this they are able to understand whether they will be able to invest in that company or not, based on their assessment whether company will be able to market its products or not, whether it will be generate sales or not. So this plan basically highlights how a business plan makes place for itself in the competitive market. So this plan is very important if you want to remain competitive in this market. Now basically it will answer 3 questions. The first is where we have been, means what is the situation, what is the position of that organization across the market. So in this segment, history of the marketplace will be written, what is the overall trend, okay. Then strengths and weaknesses of our new venture or our existing business will be mentioned, as well as markets opportunities and threats will be mentioned. So from that position we analyze ourselves as well as the market, and we also discuss the history of the market. So from that we get the idea where we are now in this let's say business ocean, so that you get the direction based upon your assessment of opportunities and your strengths. Then point number 2 is exactly about that, where do we want to go. So based on this our positioning, we should have proper marketing objectives and goals in written form, and specifically it should be planned for at least 12 months. So when your objectives and goals are specifically written over a 12-month period, then there is proper clarity. Now you are clear what you want. And now the third stage is how do we get there. And to actually achieve your target, you need marketing strategy. Okay, so strategy will also be very crucial, because selection of a good strategy will increase the profits, increase the performance. So when you prepare any marketing strategy, then the person who is liable, who is responsible to execute those strategies and are liable to produce the results should be identified. So hence we know that generally in sales we have the targets given to the persons, because ultimately it's the responsibility. When you give targets and you pressurize them in marketing, it's a very pressureful job, and many persons, those who work in marketing, they experience a lot of stress, because this is stress which results in increasing your sales. Due to the pressure, person will try to try different strategies to increase the sales, and hence this is very important responsibility. And you also need to be very clear who is going to monitor those activities. There has to be some control or some comparison between what was planned and what is the reality. So basically businessman himself should annually prepare the marketing plan with the help of marketing managers or marketing team. Now facts needed for market planning. So for market planning we need some facts. अब क्या चीज़ पता होनी चाहिए? So first of all you should have clear information about your buyers or users. कौन आपके प्रोडक्ट को यूज़ करता है, कौन बाय करता है. Okay, sometimes users and buyers may be different. For example, users are kids but buyers are their parents. So you should be very clear about that. So you should also be clear about their buying habits, कि where are they located, कहाँ पर है, how much they buy, किन से buy करते हैं, कितना buy करते हैं. So and most importantly, why do they buy? So buyer analysis is important. Then promotion and advertising technique which is most effective, that you should be clear about. Then pricing strategies. Okay, for example, you should have fact or knowledge about pricing changes in the market. Means क्या trend हो रहा है, whether prices are stagnant or moving upward or downward, and why, who is initiating this change. Then you should be always aware about competitive products and your buyers' attitude towards it. Then channels of distribution. Distribution is also very important. So how you are going to distribute, various distribution modes available should be clear to you. Who are your competitors? Competitor analysis. What are their advantages and disadvantages? What do they do? And what is their marketing techniques? This will help you to get the best out of your competitor strategy. Then you should also prepare the overall 5-year marketing plan, where you want to be in 5 years down the line. And you should also focus on company strengths and weaknesses, as well as your own production capabilities. So when you have all these things clear in your mind, then you can prepare a good marketing plan. So as we know, investors give a very high weightage or importance to this plan because success depends on this. So steps involved in preparing a marketing plan are as below. Now first of all, situation analysis has to be there. Okay, as we had discussed earlier, we have been, where are we currently, what is the outlook of market, what is our strengths and weaknesses. So all things are very important in situation analysis. So we should review our past performance and achievements. Okay, and we should also mention, actually this is the steps in marketing plan. So businessman's personal profile is to be mentioned. Then product development should be emphasized. Okay, research and development is very important. If you don't develop your product continuously, then you won't be able to increase the sales. So this is very important. Then what need you wish to satisfy. Okay, you should always focus on your customers' need and try to see that if you can meet even the undesired, or let's say needs which are unasked, not asked by the customer. If you can give some value addition, if you can give more utility, if you can satisfy even to the extent that they will be delighted, then it will give you success. Then any other business or enterprise or experience of the entrepreneur you can mention, as well as you can focus on marketing segmentation if you have any plan. Now segmentation means the niche area. For example, let's say you have decided to start a new company for producing some items. So in that particular item, for example, it's a sportswear. So in sportswear or sports equipment, you should be very clear in sports market where exactly you want to go, whether you will be manufacturing only the sports shoes or only the sportswear. Okay, or let's say any other indirect things which will help the athletes or sports person. So there are different things. So it is called niche. So main market may, if you have your sub market, so it is called market segmentation. Okay, for example Nike, उसका market segmentation clear है कि they want to focus on sports shoes. So like this we can have market segmentation. Then identify your target market. So you should never lose focus from your target customers or target market, because all the strategies would be focusing on grabbing their attention. So what your buyers or market wishes to buy, क्या चीज़ मार्केट में ज़रूरी है, क्या वो लोग डिमांड कर रहे हैं, why they are demanding, and what is something which is required but which is not there in the market. So market की need को और उनकी wish and desire को समझना बहुत ज़रूरी है. Then you should divide your market into smaller groups so that you can prepare the strategies accordingly, and if required separate strategies for targeting different types. So you can divide your target market based on geographic area, for example based on states or country, based on demography. For example, you can have different product for male or female, or for youngster and old age persons. So demography wise you can divide. Then psychographic segmentation is possible, means based on personality and lifestyle you can divide, okay, your target audience. For example, you can divide your customers like open-minded, or let's say free-minded or conservative. Accordingly you can come out with the products. You can also divide as per their buying situations. For example, buying conditions. based on their usage, means a heavy user or frequent users or those who use occasionally, then as per desired benefits or as per features. For example, in smartphones some persons need only some features, so you can divide based on features. So feature wise, buying conditions wise, for example in buying condition there are some consumers who are willing to go for cash on delivery. Okay, some persons are not willing to buy online, some prefer online. In online also some prefer let's say one particular platform. So based on their buying conditions, some need EMI. So based on their buying conditions you can segment. So this segmentation will help you to come out with a good strategy. Then you can select any specific segment or segments to target. It's not necessary that you target all these segments. Okay, so based on your convenience you can target one or more of this segmentation, and then you can develop a marketing plan according to product price, promotion and distribution. The third thing is SWOT analysis. We need to do SWOT analysis. It's very important for a person as well as for a company. So we should try to identify our strengths so that you can build upon it. We should know our weaknesses so that we can try to overcome or avoid it. And we should be clear about what opportunities are there in front of us so that we can grab it and have more profits. And we should also know the threat, something which is not there today or which may come tomorrow. So threats will save us from taking unnecessary risks. So it's very important to consider this SWOT: strengths, weaknesses, opportunities and threats. Now fourth is to have a clear goal. Okay, once you know about yourself, your target market and your own strengths and weaknesses, now you can decide the goals, because these are the steps. Okay, you cannot first decide the goal and then do SWOT analysis. So these are the steps, you cannot change the order. So अब जब आपके पास काफ़ी सारी information है, you can have your well written goals. So goals, we know it should be SMART. Okay, so it should be specific, measurable. Measurable means goal should be quantifiable, then it should be attainable, then it should be realistic, and T means time bound. You should also set the time limit. So you also need to set the standards to measure those goals. Now goal setting is one thing, and controlling means taking precautionary measures is different thing. So when you set a goal, then you should also set the standards. Now standards are the targets, so that you can compare your goals with the expected output and find any differences. Now sometimes few qualitative aspects are there. Sometimes goal needs to be qualitative in nature. Now let's say for example इतना सेल करना है, 1000 यूनिट्स बेचना है, दिस इज द क्वांटिटेटिव गोल, वो अचीव भी हो गया. बट इफ यू आर एबल टू सेल दिस 1000 यूनिट्स, तो समटाइम्स इट इज़ पॉसिबल दैट कि आपने कम प्राइस में या फिर दैट प्रोडक्ट वॉज नॉट हैविंग वेरी गुड क्वालिटी बेच दिया है, मार्केट में डिमांड थी, लोगों ने ले भी लिया है, बट दे आर नॉट सेटिस्फाइड. सो यू शुड हैव द स्टैंडर्ड्स so that you can compare your quality. Standards क्या है, क्वालिटी के लिए बहुत ज़रूरी है. QC, quality control for electronic products. So quality control standards needs to be clearly set so that it will help the organization to have a good quality products. Then you should have limited goals rather than setting many goals which will create confusions or it will overlap. You should have limited goals so that you can achieve it properly, easily, with convenience and with focus. So power of less, as people say, is very important. It will channelize your efforts and energy. Then after you have set the goals, the next stage is to define the marketing strategy. Now to achieve those goals you need some strategy. Okay, how do we get there? So basically in any marketing strategy there are 4 P's which we have already learned: product, price, place and promotion. Okay, so already separate chapter is there, chapter number 9, marketing mix, and we have already learned that chapter. And finally implementation and monitoring. Now everything is ready, your goals are ready, your strategy to achieve the goals is also ready, is also planned out. Now you need to implement and monitor. Okay, and you need to be flexible. Many differences will be there, so you may have to change your plan or make some adjustments in the plan as per the changing situations. You may have to increase the budget, okay, if need be, or you may have to introduce some extra features in the product. Now assessment of risk. Now risk assessment is very important. 9th point in business plan focuses on risk assessment. So you need to identify potential hazards in your organization which could be potentially dangerous, hazardous or undesired thing that you should try to identify. Okay, in any business if you think, then you will get some potential unwanted situation or possibilities. So you need to develop alternative strategies so that either you can minimize or you can avoid or you can at least respond to those risks. It is risk assessment. And now your business plan is ready, but many times in business plan there are few things which we do not include directly. For example, जैसे आपने प्रोजेक्ट बनाया होगा, सो प्रोजेक्ट के लिए अलग अलग जगह से काफ़ी इंफॉर्मेशन जहाँ पे रखी थी, लेकिन कुछ ऐसी थी कि जो आपने यूज़ नहीं की है. ओके, सो basically it's a backup material which is not necessary in the main document of business plan. Okay, it's a support document. For example, you have letters from customers or distributors, you have some research data based on which you have prepared your marketing strategies, you have copies of contracts or agreements with your vendors or buyers. So these are not basically directly important or to be written in business plan, but this have helped in preparation of business plan. So this you can put this as an appendix if it's important. If you feel that investors might be interested in knowing your research data or customers or distributors letters or any contracts or arrangements. So as we know that if you fail to plan, then you are planning to fail. So it is very important. So if you fail to do this planning properly, then business will not work. So for an experienced entrepreneur, this planning is actually not difficult and not impossible. So what we have learned, if I want to summarize, then we initially learned introductory page in which details about the business and businessman is written. Then we discussed executive summary, okay, 3 or 4 pages to summarize entire business plan. So here we also know about elevator pitch and some other methods. So summary is important. And Silicon Valley may they say that if you cannot make business plan in 1 page, then it's of waste, or you can say if you cannot summarize in a single page, then your business is too complicated. So this executive summary has to be there. It will summarize entire business plan. Then industry analysis, third point which we discussed in business plan. You need to analyze your industry. Then you should actually give details about your own venture. ओके कितना आपके पास इक्विपमेंट्स एंड पर्सनल है, what product you are offering, अगर if you are in existing business, then what is the size of your business, what is your background. Okay, so description of business, and then plans will start, sub plans will start. So now you will start with production plan, and then we discussed about operational plan. Now production plan is just for the production department. Operational plan will coordinate the working of all the departments. Then we discussed recently about the marketing plan. Okay, I think they have changed the order. We initially discussed organization plan and then marketing plan. So it's okay, you can have some liberty. And ninth point we just now discussed risk assessment. And 10th is the financial plan. Financial plan also we discussed earlier, so you can have it earlier. Now this is the pro forma, okay, but the order which is given in detail, you can follow that. And finally we can have the appendix, some useful backup material which we wish to bring to the knowledge of our investors. So I hope this chapter is clear to you. It's very easy, and even if you read 1 or 2 times with sincerity and understanding, you can remember most of the things. So wish you all the best. Prepare well for your exams and try to see that you are able to understand the concept properly. Only then you will be able to answer the questions, even if it is asked indirectly. Okay, bye bye.